Advisory. Some episodes of the 1836 podcast are not intended for all audiences due to details that might be considered disturbing. Listener and viewer discretion is advised.
This episode of the 1836 podcast shares the story of the Buckskin Girl, one of the first widely publicized cases where genetic genealogy was used to identify a Jane Doe, marking a significant milestone in forensic science and law enforcement. Now available on all major platforms. On April 24, 1981, the body of a young woman was discovered in a shallow ditch alongside Greenlee Road in Newton Township, near Troy, Ohio, in rural Miami County. The victim, found by a passerby, was fully clothed in a distinct fringed buckskin poncho, a blue and white striped sweater, blue jeans, brown cowboy boots, and a blue bandana with a key strung around her neck. She showed no signs of sexual assault, but an autopsy revealed she had suffered severe blunt force trauma to the head and neck, including a lacerated liver, and had been strangled to death approximately 36 to 48 hours earlier, likely between April 22nd and April 23rd. Estimated to be between 18 and 27 years old, Caucasian, 5'4" to 5'6" inches tall, weighing 125 to 130 pounds, with reddish-brown hair and pigtails and light brown eyes, she carried no identification. Due to her unique poncho, investigators dubbed her the Buckskin Girl, a nickname that would define her case for decades, as her true identity remained elusive. The initial investigation by the Miami County Sheriff's Office and the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation was thorough but fruitless. Fingerprints and dental records were collected and compared against databases like the FBI's automated fingerprint identification system, yielding no matches. A facial reconstruction sketch was distributed to media outlets and law enforcement agencies across Ohio and neighboring states, generating around 200 leads, none of which panned out. No missing persons reports aligned with her description, and despite public appeals, the case went cold. Investigators explored potential connections to other unsolved murders, such as the Redhead murders, a series involving women with reddish hair killed in the 1970s and 1980s, but differences in modus operandi, particularly the absence of sexual assault, ruled out definitive links. Speculation also arose about ties to serial killers active in the Midwest during that era, including Larry Eiler or Robert Ben Rhodes, but no evidence substantiated these theories. Advancements in forensic science offered new hope in the 2010s. In 2016, stable isotope analysis of her hair and clothing funded by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children indicated she had spent the preceding 6 to 8 months in the southwestern or southeastern United States, possibly Texas, Oklahoma, or Louisiana, based on dietary and water isotopic signatures. Pollen analysis on her poncho, conducted by the United States Customs Service, revealed traces of ephedra, a plant native to the southwestern United States and northern Mexico, suggesting recent travel or residence in those areas. Her reddish complexion further hinted at significant time outdoors, consistent with a transient lifestyle. These clues narrowed down the geographic focus, but did not resolve her identity. The breakthrough came in 2018 through genetic genealogy, an emerging forensic tool. The DNA Doe Project, a nonprofit organization specializing in identifying unknown persons, collaborated with the Miami Valley Regional Crime Laboratory using a preserved blood sample from the 1981 autopsy. A DNA profile was uploaded to GEDmatch, a public genealogy database where volunteer genealogists identified a potential second cousin match within 4 hours by constructing family trees. On April 9, 2018, after obtaining a reference DNA sample from a relative, the lab confirmed her identity. Marcia Lenore King, born June 9, 1959 in Little Rock, Arkansas, and 21 years old at the time of her death. This marked one of the first successful applications of genetic genealogy to identify an unidentified descendant, predating its use in high-profile cases like the Golden State Killer. Marcia King's background provided context to her tragic end. Described by family as free-spirited, she had left home in 1980 to travel, frequently hitchhiking across states. She was last seen by relatives that year, but remarkably, she was never officially reported missing. Her family, particularly her mother, held out hope for her return, maintaining the same phone number and same address in Arkansas for decades in case she ever reached out. After her identification, her remains were honored with a new headstone at Riverside Cemetery in Troy, Ohio, replacing the anonymous Jane Doe marker with her full name and dates. Despite restoring Marcia's name after 37 years, justice remains elusive. As of this episode, her killer has not been identified, and the case remains active with the Miami County Sheriff's Office. No perpetrator DNA was recovered from the scene, limiting the application of genetic genealogy to the suspect hunt. The Sheriff's Office, Ohio, and Arkansas State Police continue to accept any information or tips, emphasizing that details from 1980 or 1981 could prove pivotal. The Buckskin Girl case exemplifies the challenges of solving cold homicides involving transient victims and the transformative potential of modern forensics. Her case has inspired media coverage, including podcasts and documentaries, and highlighted the DNA Doe Project's role in over 100 identifications in 2025. Yet for Marcia's family and community, the unresolved murder underscores a persistent quest for closure in the face of an enduring mystery.